Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Today's class is in English. Is it? Okay, you have to also keep your phone.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today we are very fortunate, according to Shastras, it is said, the greatest fortune, or how do we know Krishna is most pleased with us? So most pleased Krishna is with us when he sends us his own devotees, and when we get their association, that is the most greatest fortune Krishna can bless. Because even if we see Krishna, we cannot benefit so much as we get by hearing the qualities of Krishna from the Vaishnavas who are exemplifying the qualities of Krishna. So we are very fortunate that we have with us His Grace Naru Gopal Prabhu, Haribo. So we are very fortunate because all of you have been to Mayapur. Huh? How many of you felt very nice being in Mayapur? So जो भी मायापुर गए होंगे उनको एक्सपीरियंस हुआ होगा तो so we are having good experience, but behind that so many people are working behind the scene. So Prabhuji has been the chief executive officer for the whole Mayapur committee from last many years. So the whole main person behind the vision how Mayapur under the guidance of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj and other Swami Maharajas. So we are very fortunate that Prabhu has given the practical visualization to the vision which great souls have. So, and many devotees have been very pleased, not only Indian devotees, all over the world, by the wonderful seva bhav and service attitude Prabhu is having towards whoever is visiting Mayapur Dham. Prabhuji feels that it's his responsibility that they have a very good experience. So he has a mood of a devotee that anybody he thinks comes to Dham are like guest of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it's duty to serve them, and he serves them with great heart and soul. So, and that is only possible because of genuine focus on the chanting of the holy name. So Prabhu has been very sincere in his chanting of the holy name. From the beginning, he had a fortune of being raised in a devotee family. His parents were devotees, and he was in Gurukul. From childhood, many of you had dreamed after visiting Gurukul, kash hum log bhi bachpan se hote. Prabhuji was from childhood there and very nicely trained. Got very nicely. We have only 2-3 years of training here. He got almost about 15-20 years of training. So we can understand wonderful qualities he got, and he then used that in Krishna service. And right now, when you serve nicely, and slowly, Krishna empowers you more and more and more. And right now, whole Iskcon is having 4 wings. Eastern India Division Council, Northern India Division Council, Western India and Southern India. So he is the whole chairman for the whole EIDC, whole committee, consisting of so many temples. About Hoji is helping in more than guiding almost more than 100 temples in the northeast area, eastern area. And he goes to Bangladesh also. And he's the almost like representative for, because Jayapataka Maharaj is not able to go so much. So he's representative, he's like GBC, almost there. So we are very fortunate we have him. Yesterday we were hearing his lecture and he was telling that how in our life, Krishna conscious life, it didn't matter what post and position we have. Advancement is not dependent upon the post and position you have. Advancement is dependent upon your development of service attitude, how much taste you have developed for Krishna consciousness. And Prabhuji is very pakka about his japa, about his morning program, about quality chanting, and he has developed the Mayapur Chandra team. It's world famous. They do very nice kirtans, and Prabhu has been encouraging. A good leader means who create other leader. So I have seen him encouraging so many devotees to perform very nice, and in his supervision, we have wonderful kirtan mela in Mayapur Dham. Hari Bol. So Prabhu is the person who has very much pushed it, and so many people have been benefited. And I was very touched by yesterday's speech of Prabhu in Bangla. So that he was telling that how we see. So once one devotee was telling that how do we know somebody has got the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So one devotee was telling that how do we know somebody has got the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So somebody is having lot of position, prestige, everything. Still, if he is humble, that means he has got the mercy of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami were so qualified, still they are so humble. The Prabhuji is so qualified, so much post person, still he is very humble, he is very focused about his sadhana. So this sort of devotee we should hear. And then we get our Bhakti Lata can be nourished. So today we are very fortunate. So I'll not delay you more so that we can get Prabhu's association. So let us welcome him to our voice by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bo! Hari Bo! Hari Bo! Actually, Prabhu was on his way from northern India, northeast. He was traveling towards Bihar region. Somehow we hijacked him for a day or two. So we are very fortunate. Prabhu kindly agreed. From airport directly he came yesterday here. Again tomorrow he has to go towards Bihar region. So we are very fortunate that he spared his valuable time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You can hear me? Yeah, clear? Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Some of you were there yesterday when I gave a class here in Bengali. Raise your hand if you're there. Okay. I'll make just 3 points today. After each point that we discuss, if you have any queries, you can raise your hand. My English is clear to you?
Yes.
Huh?
English is clear to all of you?
Sound is clear? Okay. Stay awake when I speak. First question. How old are you? How old are you? Huh? 25? 2 years back? How old are you? Sure about that? Say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Cannot
Hare
hear.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What's your name, Prabhu?
Satyam. Satyam.
Satyam.
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Satyam?
25.
25.
Yes, sir.
2 years back, how old are you?
23.
2 23.
Yes.
Think about it.
And this birth,
You see what's happening? He's having doubt that right now he is 25. Right? You have any doubt about that?
no.
No. You sure about that? See how volatile we are? See how our mind works? How fragile we are? If you don't understand any word that I'm saying, you ask. See what just happened? How old are you? 25. Are you sure? 2 years back, what was your age? If today you're 25, 2 years back, so 23. Then I said, think about it. Are you sure? He's having doubt. If today I'm 25, 2 years back, could I be 18? Could I be 17? Could I be 23? Doubt immediately put. 2 years from now, how old will you be?
27.
27. What does that teach us? Who can say? Today I'm 25. 2 years back I was not 25. I was 23. 2 years from now, I'll be 27. All of you who has beautiful hair now may not have hair after 5-10 years. Those of us who think we're strong, we're young, we can dance up, chant and dance enthusiastically, may not be able to after some time. Today, you're able to talk. A time will come, even if you want, you'll not be able to talk. Now you can remember. You remember what you took for breakfast? You remember what you took for breakfast? সকালে কি খেয়েছো তোমার মনে আছে? याद है सुबह क्या प्रसाद लिया? याद है आपको? Yes? Sure?
Yes.
What did you take?
Chowmin.
Chowmin.
It's look like chowmin. I don't.
See, a time will come where you will not remember your name. You will not remember your name. Today you're walking, a time will come where you'll not be able to walk. Today I can move my hands, a time will come I may not be able to move my hands. Life teaches us that everything is temporary in this world. All the struggle that you're going through right now, for what? How many sitting here are students? Raise your hand. Next question. Why are you studying, working so hard? Please speak in the mic. Give it to anyone. Why are you passing the mic? Hello? You can hold the mic and speak. Why are you studying? Huh? He's working. Okay, give him the mic. Why are you working so hard?
To maintain this life.
Which is? Which is?
Which is temporary.
You realize that? I'm working so hard, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, for something which I have no control over. আমার ইংরেজি যদি বুঝতে অসুবিধা হয় বলো, আমি বাংলাতে বলবো। বুঝতে পারছো? So you are working for something which you have no control whatsoever. Repeat that sentence. Why are you working so hard?
For maintaining this temporary life.
To maintain something which you cannot maintain. Tell me if I am right or wrong. Can you maintain your health? Can you maintain your age? Can you maintain that, all right, I'll be like this and I will not die? Why? Because I have a job. Can you say that? I will not die. Why you will not die? Because I have a job. Have you ever heard such insane? See what's happening with us? You ask the same question to anybody here. Why are you studying? To have a good life, to have a shelter, for protection. I can maintain myself, and also I can maintain my family. That is the bottom line. Why are you working so hard? To maintain me, and when I get married, maintain my family. And in rare cases, to look after my parents. Parents, look after my parents, that is for civilized people. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? We have become so self-centered. As soon as we start making money, most, they don't think about their parents. They think about their future wife and children. See the nature of this world? Your parents did for you, you do for someone else, and your kids will also not do for you. You'll do for someone else. That is the true nature. Relationships are the permanent or the temporary? Speak up, speak up. You don't have to agree with me, you understand? You can say, no, Prabhu, it's permanent. It's fine. We can have a discussion on that. So you are working for something he says to maintain, which you cannot maintain. You are working hard to maintain a relationship which you cannot. The true nature of this world is temporary. And don't do what he did. I asked, what's your age? 25. Are you sure about that? You start doubting yourself. 2 years back, how old are you? 23. Are you sure about that? No. I am saying life is temporary. You go outside, you open a TV. What do you see? Dancing around the trees. Yes. Dancing around the trees. You know how in the movies, the hero and heroine dance? All flowery words. You see different advertisement. Attractive. It makes you forget that life is temporary. They make you feel, oh, life is all so good, flying and so beautiful, happily and happily ever live. What do you say that? Happily live ever after. Haribol. Is it really like that? Life is like that? I always give the example. You know, Colgate toothpaste. I gave this example before. I don't know if you or not. Now, there's one advertisement I had seen before. I don't know if they have the same advertisement or not. The Colgate advertisement was like this. The guy is sleeping, right? Look at his number. His brain doesn't work. He's totally unhappy. He wakes up. He doesn't know where he is. He's lost in his life. Right? He's totally lost, unhappy. And then he sees the Colgate. Then he starts, he starts waking. They are cheating us. And then you start thinking, wow, seems like life is pretty good. Seems like it's not temporary. I just need to do my job. I just need to do my studies. And that will give us real happiness. Through that, I can maintain myself. And this is life. So on and so forth. Maya's tricks. You see a boy and a girl walking on the road, holding hands. They seem smiling and happy. What do you see? This is it. This is it. This is what I want to get into. And then you start to work. Someone is wearing good shoes. Someone is having a better phone than you. Someone is wearing better clothes. You have seen in this one book, there is a picture of a donkey carrying lots of loads on his back. And the owner of the donkey has a stick. There is some grass hanging, right? So the donkey is thinking, if I just take another 2 steps, I get the grass. He walks, what happens? The grass moves 2 feet ahead. Is it the same situation with us? So the day we realize life is temporary, yes, certain things we need to do to maintain this body, but this is not everything. Relationships are temporary. Our health is temporary. Our situation is temporary. All of you know, most of you stay together now in the campus. What do you all feel for the rest of your life? You will stay there? Yes or no? No. Louder, yes or no? No. Today you took chow mein. Tomorrow you're going to take chow mein again? Most likely not. You ever had this experience? Previously, you like certain types of sweets, certain vegetables, certain item. Now you don't like it anymore. Now you like something else. Yes or no? Yes. So you your taste is changing. Today, you like somebody. Tomorrow, like somebody. So every step of our life, we realize that life is temporary. What makes you feel that whatever you're doing right now will give you a permanent solution to all that? So the first thing that we're discussing today is that, what's that sound? It's our work. Chin. Acha, acha, acha. Let him cook, otherwise you will not get anything after. It's okay, it's okay. So that's the first thing that I wanted to discuss. Life is temporary. Your age, your health, your relationships, our food habits, even our hair. You look at my old pictures, very thin, lot of hair. Do you see any hair in my head right now? Am I skinny? No. Nothing is permanent. Why are you fighting so much for something which is so temporary? Why are you attached to something which you cannot hold upon? Certain things are needed to maintain, but that cannot be the goal of life. Yes, we need to study. Yes, we need to get a job. Yes, we need to maintain the family. Yes, we need to maintain the body. But that cannot be everything. Can be part of something, can be part of life. That cannot be life. Any questions on what I said? On life being temporary, and we can relax a bit. We don't have to feel like, this is everything, because this is not. Any questions on that? All right. Someone has a question. Sound, you can hear? Even I cannot hear myself properly. But anyway, if you can hear, that's good. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, if everything is temporary, why are we so attached?
I am asking the same question. Why are you attached? I am just think about it. Today you sing me, no? Tomorrow will you see me here?
No.
Why we should get together and start fighting? That's my point. Tomorrow morning you have your own way, I have my own way. Tomorrow you'll be here, I'll be in Tamluk. The next day I'll be in Jharkhand. Why are we so attached? Why are you fighting like cats and dogs, like this is everything in life? Working so hard, forgetting Krishna, our relationship, eternal relationship. And somehow at the end of the day, we feel like our body is everything. And whatever is connected to our body, that's it. That's our life. That's my same thing I'm asking. Why we have to be so foolish to think that this is it? My temporary body is everything. It's like saying, can you imagine? I am Naru Gopal Das. I have a life, right? You agree I have a life? Or I am dead? Hello, what do you think?
Yes, you are alive.
I'm alive?
Yes.
Can you imagine I start speaking that this chadar, Prabhu, This chadar is everything. My body, my soul, you, me, world, everything. I don't care. This chadar is everything. How does that sound like to you? You crazy man.
Yes.
Who speaks like this, that my shirt is everything? This is exactly, Krishna said this body is like a dress. Pasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tatha sarirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. It's like a old garments. But when I ask him, why are you working so hard? He said, to maintain. That is exactly my point. What are you doing? Your goal of life is to maintain this body. That's like saying my whole goal of life. What is your goal of life? Prabhu, I have a serious goal of life. The best. What is it? To make sure the shirt is maintained. How does that sound like? Intelligent? You're not even talking about the body. You're saying the most important thing in my life is to maintain this shirt. How could it be? We have this rare human form of life, and our goal of life is to maintain this body, or there is something beyond. So I am saying all this to make it a point. Don't be so attached. One of the things, you all staying together. Sometimes there's misunderstanding, right? I hope you guys not fighting, right? Maybe some Suddha Hindi comes out. Some Gali comes out maybe. I hope nothing beyond that. My point is that don't get into that. Today you're here, tomorrow you will not be here. Try to utilize wherever you are the best possible way. Why get into all this nitty-gritty fights, this and that? Because today you're here, tomorrow you'll be somewhere else. Don't be so attached. That's the whole point. Yes? Any other question? The second point is association is very important. Someone who's not smoking, if he's associating with people who always smoke, sooner or later he'll start smoking. Even if you don't like certain food, you start associating the people who likes that food, you start liking it. Narottam Das Thakur, there is a famous song, Gora Prabhu Na Bhujia Moino. In that song, he writes, সৎসঙ্গে ছাড়ি কইন অসতে বিলাস তে কারণে লাগিল যে কর্মবন্ধ ফাঁস I have given up good association. I took to the bad association. Look at my condition now. It is so important that we stay in good association, because this world is made in such a way that we will get carried away very fast. Before we even know we are lost. And therefore, associating with the right people is very important in our life. Association either will make you or it will break you. Either it will make you very successful or it will destroy you. Be careful in with whom you're spending time, especially at this young age, because this is where we are building our foundation. We associate with wrong people, we are doomed. We're finished. Because we are already very weak. We see something, immediately we get attracted. We smell something, immediately we get attracted. So unless and until we have a very strong association, we'll be lost. Any question on association before I take the last point? Any question on association? All right. Last point, yeah.
So how to distinguish between responsibility and attachment? How to distinguish between responsibility and attachment?
Responsibility and attachment.
Like suppose somebody is working in a company.
Mahaprabhu gave this answer to two prominent acharyas in our line. Actually, three. One was Raghunath Das Goswami, other one was Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. When Raghunath Das Goswami came to Santipur, second time, first time Raghunath Das Goswami wasn't so forceful. But the second time he was begging the Lord, just let me go out of the house. I don't want to be here. Mahaprabhu was teaching him how to carry out your responsibility without attachment. To Rupa and Sanatan, he gave a very interesting example. He said, just like a woman who's married, and now this is not my example, okay? This example is given by Mahaprabhu himself. But I think we can all relate to that. He said, just like a married woman is attached to another man, woman is attached to another man, but he has a household. So she is acting very responsible way, so no one doubts. But where is his mind? Where is her mind? Where is her mind? Other person. So Mahaprabhu said, you live your life like that. You continue to work, but your mind should be totally in Krishna. Like Krishna is telling Arjuna, Ma manusmara yuddhacha. You fight, your responsibility. But yat karosi, yadasnasi, jat juhosi, dadasi jat tapasyasi konteya tat kurisu madatva. Do it for me. Just like the family life. You're married, there's some responsibility. But you also know the temporary nature of this world. As a husband, you do your duty. As a father, you do your duty. But you also know All these are temporary. Today you're here, tomorrow you'll not be here, you'll be gone. And you put Krishna in the center. When you put Krishna in the center, there's a nice balance between carrying out your responsibilities and you're not so attached that you feel there is nothing else in this world except for your family. Other example is the water in the lotus leaf. You see, is there and is not there. Water is there and not there. So our responsibility in this world is like that. Is there and not there. Anything else? All right, today's last point. Huh?
And what about that attachment?
Whichever you take, whichever way you want to look at it. But the point is that you are there and not there. That is the point. In this world, we have to carry out certain responsibilities. But we are not that attached. We have to do, so we're doing it. In this world, like for example, you're doing a job. Is your job everything in life? You also have a life, but you're doing your responsibility like that. We have to be in this world, so we do certain responsibilities, but we also understand the true nature of this world, which is temporary. So we do. But just like Mahaprabhu said, that we tend to more focus on our spiritual thing while carrying out our materialistic responsibilities. All right, so today's last point is that we tend to focus more on external while neglecting our internal issues. We tend to focus more outside than inside. We tend to make this world more about show off. Have you ever seen? I have seen this very nice ad. I feel that, it's very nice. It's a Facebook ad. Now selfie, selfie has become very prominent. It's all about to show you how happy I am, even though I'm crying inside. Somehow or other, I just have to show off. So this person, he's crying in the night, he cannot sleep, and this, that, he's just so sad, there's so many things are happening. Then suddenly he sees a Facebook post that one of his friends, he posted a nice picture of how, he's having a good time. So he's crying. So he's thinking, I should also post a nice picture. He gets up, puts some makeup, puts the light on, gives a, smile, clicks a picture and posts it. Someone else, they're also suffering. He says, my other friend who was a little bit unhappy, but now look at his picture. He looks very happy. So he also fakes one more pose and he posts it. What's happening? What's happening here? It's, we're creating this atmosphere We're making our life so artificial. It's all about show off. That is really bringing down the quality of life. See, many times we may be able to handle the pressure of external, but we may not be able to handle the pressure from within. We may be able to handle the pressure of work, but we may not be able to handle the pressure of envy. So it's very important that while there are certain things that we need to focus on externally, internally also we need to focus. It's life is not about show off. There is more than that to life. Any questions on that? All right. You want to repeat the first point we made today? What's the first point we made today? We made 3 points today. Life is temporary. And therefore, don't be so attached. That's the first point we made. Second point, association is very important. It will either make us or break us. And the third point, we tend to focus external stuff, but not internal. We also need to focus internal stuff also. It's raining. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ডক্টর রোহিনা, তুমি কিছু বলো এদেরকে? Mike, ডক্টর রোহিনা। হরে কৃষ্ণ। এখানে বাংলা বুঝতে পারেন তো? বাংলা বুঝতে পারেন? কুছ নেই, বিলকুল। এখানে কারা কারা বাংলা বুঝেন হাত তুলুন তো, হাত নামান। কারা কারা একটু বাংলা বুঝে না? একটু বাংলা বুঝে না?
নতুন নয়া আয়া है।
How are you raising your hand if you don't understand what I'm saying? अद्भुत बात है।
हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे। मिक्सचर ठीक नहीं। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण निर्विशेष वंशा कल्पतरुवस्सुपासं दैवचक्रितानं पावनेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तो मैं हिंदी में बोलेंगे, थोड़ा बांग्ला आ जाएगा। मेरा हिंदी के साथ थोड़ा बांग्ला आ जाता है। 80%, अभी 80% ठीक है। मैं बहुत दिन चर्चा नहीं किया है। हरे कृष्ण। आज सुबह हम लोग भक्ति वैभव क्लास में था। मैं भक्ति वैभव कोर्स कर रहा हूँ सुबह 5 to 7। हाँ, 5 to 7 क्योंकि हमारा टीचर उनका टाइम नहीं है। दिन में 5 क्लास करता है, 5 टाइम वो क्लास चर्चा करता है। भक्ति शास्त्री, भक्ति वैभव, अलग अलग। तो प्रभु जी जो आज क्लास दिया है उसमें 3 पॉइंट, उसमें एक पॉइंट शायद एसोसिएशन, राइट, एसोसिएशन ऑफ डिवोटीज। तो वो हमको जो प्रभु जी बोल रहे थे, थोड़ा थोड़ा हमको, ज्यादा इंग्लिश हमको समझ नहीं आते हैं लेकिन थोड़ा कुछ समझ लेता हूँ। तो उसमें एक पॉइंट जो एसोसिएशन है, ये कॉलेज में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप लोग तो इसका एग्जाम्पल है। जैसा अगर हमारा यूथ प्रोग्राम में अगर बेस्ट में आप अगर ना आते, बाहर में आप रहते, तो आपका जीवन चर्चा कैसा होता। अभी इधर आया है तो आप लोग कैसे आपका जीवन चर्चा कर रहे हैं, इसका डिफरेंस आप लोग देख रहे हैं। शुद्ध आप लोग नहीं देख रहे, हमारा जो टीचर लोग है हमारे हिट कॉलेज में, उन लोग भी देख रहे हैं कि आप लोग का आईएएफ में जो स्टूडेंट रहता है बहुत अच्छा है, उसका बिहेवियर, उसका थिंकिंग बहुत अच्छा है। इसलिए उन लोग सब प्रमोट कर रहे हैं, हम लोग बहुत मदद कर रहे हैं। तो नारद मुनि जब व्यासदेव ने बहुत शास्त्र रचना किया है, 18 पुराण, 108, 108 उपनिषद, महाभारत, बहुत सारी किताब रचना किया है, लेकिन उनका हृदय में प्रसन्न नहीं थे। इतना शास्त्र रचना किया है लेकिन फिर भी वो प्रसन्न नहीं है। क्यों प्रसन्न नहीं है? लेकिन वेद पुराण जो उपनिषद है, एक कलियुग युग का जो जीव है उनका भला नहीं करेगा, उनका मंगल नहीं हो सकते, इसीलिए वो परेशान थे। लेकिन कैसे मंगल होगा वो सोच नहीं रहे। वो सोच रहे लेकिन उनका समाधान उनका अंदर नहीं आ रहा। वो विचार कर रहे, मैं गुरु का जो निर्देश अच्छा तरीके से, अच्छा ढंग से पालन किया हूँ, मैं सब कुछ रचना किया हूँ जो जीव का मंगल के लिए, मैं हमारा जो लाइफस्टाइल है ठीक है, कोई गलती नहीं है, फिर भी हम क्यों पसंद नहीं है। तो उनका गुरुदेव नारद मुनि उसमें आया है। और नारद मुनि व्यासदेव का जो असंतुष्टि उसका जो कारण है वो पॉइंट आउट किया है। उसमें एक ही कारण था, जो बहुत कुछ रचना किया है आप, लेकिन भगवान का जो भक्ति सही ढंग से आप रचना नहीं किया है। भगवान के भक्ति आप सही ढंग से रचना किया नहीं किया है। और भगवान श्री कृष्ण का जो महिमा है पुराण में दिया है, महाभारत में दिया है। महाभारत में बहुत सारी कुछ है, पुराण में भी भगवान कृष्ण का बहुत सारी लीला है, लेकिन महाभारत आप जब पढ़ेंगे, रीडिंग करेंगे तो आपको नहीं आएगा। गीता है उसमें, भगवत गीता महाभारत में है, लेकिन महाभारत में भगवत गीता, महाभारत पढ़ेंगे भगवत गीता आपको समझ में आएगा? नहीं आएगा। तो थोड़ा कुछ दिया है, लेकिन सीधा भक्ति का बात आप नहीं किया, क्योंकि कलियुग बहुत खतरनाक है। प्रायनो अल्प आयुष सब्बो कलोस्मिन जुगे जना मंदा सुमंद मतयो मंद भाग्य ही उपलब्धता। इसीलिए आप सीधा भक्ति का वर्णन कीजिए और भगवान का सीधा महिमा वर्णन कीजिए, तब आपका हृदय प्रसन्न होगा। तो नारद मुनि उनके प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ से व्यासदेव को वो समझ रहा है, वो समझ रहा है कि कैसे उन्होंने पूर्व जन्म में एक दासी का पुत्र था। दासी, दासी को क्या कहते हैं हिंदी में? दासी, जो सर्वेंट होता है, जो घर में काम करता है, तो उसको दासी कहते हैं, दासी कहता है। तो दासी का पुत्र था, लेकिन दासी का पुत्र होके भी वो नारद मुनि बन गया। कैसे बन गया? यह की कहा, प्योर डिवोटी का एसोसिएशन। वो चातुर्मास था, वर्षा ऋतु, वर्षा, ग्रीष्म, वर्षा, शरद, वर्षा और शरद, तो 4 महीना चातुर्मास होता है। तो चातुर्मास में जो संत लोग था, उन लोग व्रत करते थे और उनका जो मदर उनका सेवा किया था, और वो बेनिफिट उनको मिल गया। उनका संग में उन्होंने भगवान का कथा श्रवण किया है, उनका सेवा भी किया है, लेकिन उनका जो उपदेश था, वो उपदेश अच्छा ढंग से उनका जीवन में फॉलो किया है। वैसे नारद मुनि कह रहे हैं, मैं बच्चा था, लेकिन मेरा लाइफस्टाइल बहुत संयमी था। बच्चे लोग ऐसा आधुनिक जो खेला धुला रहता है उसमें उनका रुचि होता है, लेकिन हमारा मन उसमें रुचि नहीं था। मैं वो संत का सेवा और संत का मुख से हरिकथा श्रवण में मेरा रुचि था। वो हमारा जो जीवन चरित्र देखने का बाद, वो जो संत लोग है, मैं हमको बहुत आशीर्वाद किया है। उनका संग से, उनका उपदेश से हमारा जीवन ऐसा हम पालन किया है, उनका जो उपदेश दिया है वो पालन करने के बाद मैं नारद मुनि बन गया। इसी की भगवत भक्त का संग और भगवत भक्ति जो कितना पावरफुल है, नारद मुनि उसमें उनका अपना जो लाइफस्टाइल है, अपना जीवन चरित्र से वो वर्णन किया है। इसलिए एसोसिएशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। शुद्ध भक्त का संग, और कलियुग में इसे कहता है कलु संग शक्ति। कलियुग में संग में आप रहेंगे जितना, आप बच जाएंगे। जैसा हमारा यूथ इधर रहता है, अभी तो फेसबुक, व्हाट्सएप और यूट्यूब में लड़का लड़की का जीवन पूरा बर्बाद हो गया है कि नहीं? लेकिन हमारा यूथ में अगर मन में है तभी भी उसका चांस नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि एक साथ बहुत सारे डिवोटीज रहते हैं, कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे। लेकर रहेंगे दूसरा जगह में, सब लोग तो ऐसे ही है, तो उसमें चला जाएगा। इसीलिए सत्संग हमको होना चाहिए। सत्संग, जो संग से हम लोग का पॉजिटिव हमारा नॉलेज मिल सकते हैं, पॉजिटिव कुछ एटीट्यूड हमको मिल सकते हैं। तो कॉलेज में ये बहुत मुश्किल है। इसलिए श्रील प्रभुपाद ने इस्कॉन सोसाइटी रचना किया है। इसलिए उसका जो 7 जो पर्पस है, 7 जो पर्पस है, उसमें एक देखिएगा, ये जगत में बहुत सारी कुछ है, लेकिन शुद्ध भक्ति और शुद्ध भक्त का अभाव है। इसीलिए हमारा जो मति दूसरा जगह में जा रहे। गीता भागवत में पूरी क्लियर बता दिया हमको क्या करना चाहिए, लेकिन ऐसा हमको संग नहीं मिल रहा है, इसलिए हमको वो नॉलेज हमको नहीं मिल रहा है। इसलिए इस्कॉन श्रील प्रभुपाद ने प्रतिष्ठा किया है। श्रील प्रभुपाद ये आइए बोलिए और आपका कॉन्ग्रीगेशन पिचिंग बोलिए, कॉर्पोरेट पिचिंग बोलिए, सब प्रभुपद का वो चिंता था, उसका ब्रेन था। अलग तरीका लोग होता है, अलग तरीके लोग को कैसे उनका भाव से उनको भगवत भक्ति में लेके आएंगे, इसलिए प्रभुपद सब कुछ फॉर्मूला दिया है और भागवतम में सब कुछ दिया गया है। तो इसलिए इस संघ आप लोग जो आए हो, आप में जो लोग है, बहुत आप लोग अच्छा किया है। इसीलिए मैं आप लोग को प्रार्थना करेंगे जे एसोसिएशन में रहिए, भक्त संघ में रहिए, लेखा पढ़ा भी अच्छा होता है और आपका नौकरी भी अच्छा होता है। हम देख रहा हूँ हमारा वो जितने सारे लोग पास आउट हुआ है वो अच्छा अच्छा लोग की नौकरी मिल गया उनको, उन लोग को, क्योंकि आपका टाइम वेस्टेड नहीं हो रहा है। इसलिए कलयुग युग में संघ शक्ति, जितना भक्त संघ में आप रहेंगे इतना आपको बेनिफिट और ज्यादा मिलेगा। तो मैं जस्ट प्रभु जी का एक पॉइंट के बारे में, जो नारद मुनि का जो प्रैक्टिकल जो एग्जाम्पल है, नारद मुनि वो उनका जीवन चरित्र वैष्णव को बता रहे, पूर्व जन्म में क्या था, मैं दासी पुत्र था, लेकिन फिर भी जो महंत तो है उन लोग का संग में था, इसीलिए मैं बच गया। तो वो नारद मुनि का जो एग्जाम्पल है, हम लोग भी बच जाएंगे। देखिए कितना सारी हम लोग प्रभुपाद जी का सोसाइटी का आके बच गया। मेरा विचार कीजिए, अगर हम घर में रहता था, मेरा जितना सारे दोस्त है, हम देख रहा हूँ उससे मैं बहुत अच्छे तरीके में है, उन लोग जैसे भी हो, लेकिन हम राजा का जैसे है मंदिर में। इसलिए प्रभुपाद जी हम लोग को इस्कॉन सोसाइटी बना के हमारा पतन से हम लोग को बचा दिया। इसलिए सोसाइटी को पाकर के रहिए और भक्त संग में रहिए, आपका जीवन सफल हो जाएगा, गारंटी। आप जिधर भी रहिए, आप नौकरी कर, जो आप शिक्षा आपको मिल रहे है, अगर घर में भी जाएंगे, आपके कुमारिला बाबा भी नहीं सो रहा है, जो घर में जा रहे हैं उनका जो पिता माता, वो जो माँ बाबा है, उन लोग को भी डिवोटी बना रहा है कि नहीं? अभी लगभग 500-700 हो गया ऐसा भक्त लोग। तो जो जो भक्त लोग हो गया, वो उन लोग का पिता माता को वो प्रीचिंग कर रहे हैं, उनका दोस्तों की प्रीचिंग कर रहे हैं। तो इसलिए इस संघ में रहिए, आप लोग अंतिम में बिल्कुल भगवान के पास जा सकते हैं। तो यही मेरा निवेदन है, जो यूथ है, यूथ हॉस्टल में रहिए, हमारा बेस में रहिए, और कुमारिला प्रभु का जो भाव मूड है, सब लोग को कैसे अच्छा तरीके से अच्छा शिक्षा दे और उनका जीवन चरित्र अच्छा अच्छा तरीके से अच्छा ढंग से वो आगे ले सकते हैं। और उनका भाव है, बहुत सारे सीनियर भक्तों को इधर लेके आएंगे, जैसे भक्ति प्रेम स्वामी महाराज इधर इस साल में तो 2 बार आ गए ऑलरेडी। और जो सीनियर प्रभुपाद जी का डिविजन कुछ दिन पहले आ गया, अभी नारू गोपाल प्रभु आया है। उन लोग इतना बिजी है, इतना बिजी है, फिर भी आ रहा है, क्योंकि कुमार का प्रभु का हृदय में बहुत प्रेम है, भक्तों को कैसे शुद्ध भक्त का संग दे। इसलिए एसोसिएशन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप लोग का रियलाइजेशन है, जो आप लोग का जो फ्रेंड है, जो फ्रेंड सर्कल है, उन लोग कैसे उनका जीवन चल रहा है, यार आप लोग कैसे चल रहे हैं, जस्ट थोड़ा मिला के देखिए कौन सा बेटर है, आप देख सकते हैं, आप लोग देख सकते हैं ये कैसे हुआ, इस संघ से हुआ। इसलिए संघ में रहिए और आनंद कीजिए। हरे कृष्णा। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Few minutes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. This sound is much better. Our sound engineer was sleeping. After the class is finished, then he is saying, Prabhu, you're holding the mic too close to your mouth. All the class, he was keeping quiet. Very good. Badhiya, Prabhuji. After your brain started to work. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Hari Gaura Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा माधव की, श्री श्री राधा माधव वस्तु सखी वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा पार्थसारथी की, पंचतत्व भगवान की, प्रहलाद नृसिंहदेव की, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन गुरु वृंद की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, इस्कॉन यूथ फॉर्म हल्दिया मिदनापुर यूथ फॉर्म की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। You have any questions? One question could be, what is there for prasadam? No, but what is there? That they don't know. They know? So that is a question, no? It's an important question or no? What is there for prasadam today? What are the items?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम।
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है प्रभु जी, कि इस घोर कलयुग में शुद्ध भक्त को पहचाने कैसे? कौन सा शुद्ध भक्त है? क्योंकि आडंबर बहुत सारा चल रहा है। अगर शुद्ध भक्तों के शरण में नहीं जाएंगे तो हम भी इस माया के चक्कर में हम भी फंस जाएंगे। तो इसलिए कोई साधारण उपाय बताइए जिससे हम शुद्ध भक्तों को सही से जज कर सकें, ताकि उनका शरण ग्रहण कर सकें। तो इस 84 के चक्कर से हम भी मुक्त होने का प्रयास करेंगे।
What do you think? This is an important question or no? Yes or no? Very nice question. By whose association? Your bad habits. By whose association? Your bad habits will go. That is a pure association, that is a pure devotee. By whose association you can surrender to Krishna. That is the association of a pure devotee. By whose association you are happy to give up the sinful activities, sinful lifestyle. That is a symptom of a pure devotee. By whose association you become attached to the holy name. That is the association of a pure devotee. By whose association you can get rid of envy, anger. That is a symptom of a good association of a pure devotee. कोई शक? क्लियर हुआ ना? लेकिन प्रभु जी क्लियर हुआ?
लेकिन प्रभु जी,
हाँ बताइए।
हम उसको पहचाने कैसे? पहचानने का मैंने है, मान लिया हम रास्ता में जा रहे हैं।
नहीं प्रभु जी, एग्जाम्पल देने की जरूरत नहीं है। पहचाना कैसा? You see yourself. Are you changing? When you are associating with a pure devotee, is that person changing your heart? If he is changing, it has an impact. It makes you think. Like somebody was asking why, if the life is so temporary, why are we so attached? He is asking. That means he is getting some good association. He wasn't asking like this 5 years back. Why is he asking now? पहचाना कैसा है? पहचाना कैसा है? You are the one. You will experience it. आप खुद महसूस करेंगे, आपको पता चलेगा कि प्रभु जी ये प्योर डिवोटी है। उनके साथ थोड़ा एसोसिएशन हुआ, अभी अच्छा से चैंटिंग कर रहा हूं मैं। पहले जैसे जिंदगी में हम जीते थे, अभी वैसा नहीं जीते हैं। पहले थोड़ा थोड़ा चीज के लिए बहुत गुस्सा आ जाते थे, अभी ऐसा नहीं है। So you don't have to look, how do I know? How do I know? अरे you will know. How do you know the प्रसाद is good? कैसे पता चलेगा प्रसाद अच्छा है या नहीं अच्छा है? बोलो कैसे पता चलेगा?
बिकॉज जो कृष्णा को समर्पित किया गया है।
आपको कैसे पता चलेगा प्रसाद अच्छा है या नहीं अच्छा है?
जब टेस्ट करेंगे तो हम पता चलेगा।
तो आप टेस्ट करिए ना, सोच से आपको टेस्ट आ जाएगा। You will know because you will experience it. Is a sloka, no? Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram, Idamuttamam. Then Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam. You will experience it. So good association, bad association. मुझे कैसे पता है अच्छा एसोसिएशन वो प्योर डिवोटी है या प्योर डिवोटी नहीं है? आपका खुद पता चलेगा, because you will experience. अभी कीर्तन हो रहा था, कुछ मैसेज हुआ प्रभु जी आपको? कुछ हुआ?
यस प्रभु जी, बहुत
Cool.
कुछ हुआ।
बहुत कुछ हुआ. So is it a good association or bad association? Louder. You go to a club, everyone is getting drunk. They're also, if they're clapping, you see, in the club, they're clapping, they're dancing. Is that a good association, bad association? आपको कैसे पता है वो good है या bad है? Because you'll experience. Devotional service is about practical experience. When you're chanting with the devotees, भक्त के साथ जब आप chanting कर रहे हैं ना, जब भी हम लोग भक्त के साथ एक साथ जापा या कीर्तन हम करेंगे, उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस है ना पूरा अलग है, तो बाहर हो नहीं सकता. Your experience makes you think, it opens up your heart, makes you think about life, really makes you think about what is the real purpose of life. आपको खुद पता चलेगा. ठीक है, और कुछ? लेकिन प्रभु जी क्या है?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. इसमें प्रभु जी मेरा ये क्वेश्चन नहीं था. मेरा क्वेश्चन था जो आपने जब बता रहे थे तो आपने तीसरा टॉपिक दिया था डेट ये शो ऑफ को लेके that we are so of the things. We are knowing everything that after coming into Krishna consciousness, we realizing that yeah, these are the so of things. And when we started so of, we get from my inner call that now you are started so of in those things. So, but everything I know there that I am starting so off, and these things happen there, and even I started to resist this thing that these are not good thing for our Krishna consciousness thing, but still. Actually, still we got defeated by our own inner side. After trying so many times, I actually tried many times. Sometimes I started believing that I am doing for it is pleasure of Krishna or for another person. My bhakti and these things um, that much inner side you just come your so of things that much started. So how I overcome those things I didn't understand.
Give you an example. Have you ever seen bonfire? Bonfire? What's a bonfire?
Bonfire.
Bonfire. Okay. You get.
Yeah. Yeah.
अब कभी यज्ञ
Yes.
स्वाभाविक मिल?
Yes, sir.
यज्ञ. So many fire roots together.
Yes,
Is together they're lighting fire.
Yes, sir.
Is it one wood or many wood?
Many words.
Many wood. It's burning. Take out one piece of wood from there. While he is burning, keep him in the side. What happens? What happens? Slowly it will
Extinguish.
off. It will be off. Take that wood again, put it back in that fire. What will happen?
Again it started.
So what you are saying, it's a only natural thing. Because we are in this world for a long time. Our consciousness is not only from this lifetime. It's carrying from other lifetimes also. So it takes time. It takes a long time. And abhyasena tukunteya vairagyena chagrihite. Takes a lot of practice and renunciation. to come to a state where you're like, okay, no more artificial show of life. It takes a long practice. How to do that, how to keep that momentum, is to stay connected to the devotees association, just like the firewood. On our own, we'll be struggling a lot. Just like the piece of wood by itself will not last for too long. Put it together, it will burn. The only way to stay enlivened is association. Otherwise, you are lost. Very tough, very tough. You know, we're always talking, control your mind, control your mind, control your mind. You go outside, you see a beautiful picture of something. You know what I'm talking about. The mind immediately, all these classes of Kumar Lila for 1 year goes down the drain. Right?
Yes, sir.
One picture. What Kumar Lila Prabhu? अरे अभी ये देखना है. Right? All Mangalarti, Japa, Sadhana, this, that. One picture. How strong Maya is. So it's going to take a lot of practice, patience, sacrifice, a lot of mercy from devotees, from the Lord, from Tulsi Maharani, from chanting. Slowly, slowly, we'll get up there. Don't lose hope. We're all in the same boat. We're all trying. It's going to take time. So it's okay.
Thank you,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kumar Lila Prabhu is going to ask and Lakshmi Govinda Prabhu is going to answer.
We hear so much that how this youth is the foundation. We are hearing from so many years, and so how do we actually understand that youth is the foundation? As you said in the lecture, that youth is a time to change ourselves, because we see people in Krishna consciousness, so dynamic people all over. Anybody comes to Krishna consciousness at any age, we see they change, and we see youth have more special opportunity. So, what do you mean by when you say youth is the foundation? Like, it means in more exclusive terms, how do we understand when I'm training others that how youth is very special? Although I understand it.
Very important question. How long do we live for? Who can say? How long do we live for? Do we know? Yes or no? What do we have now is the age that we are in. When someone is 5 years old, he doesn't know if he's going to live at the age of 6 or not. Right? That's the foundation. When you start something at a young age, you still have comparatively a little bit more time in your hand to practice to come to that perfectional stage. When you enter Krishna consciousness at the age of 50, yes, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, and by the determination of that person, he can also come to that stage. But when someone takes up Krishna consciousness at the age of 15 or 20, he has previous 30 years, no? To practice, to associate, to chant, to come to a certain level of Krishna consciousness. That's number one. Number two is, when you are young, you're supposed to be more simple, not so polluted. You remember your age when you were 10 years old, how simple you were? and how complicated we have become now. When you are young, you see our devotee children, how they chant. Today, I was in a program today in a hall, and there were some kids. I was surprised how sincerely they were listening and how enthusiastically they were dancing today. You should see, it's in my Facebook page. You should see how enthusiastically they were dancing, building the foundation. Because the heart is simple, the heart is pure, not contaminated. Like when you grow up, simple-minded person, pure-hearted persons, they take Krishna consciousness more easily. Then what happens when they grow up? Why sometimes it doesn't continue? It's the second point that we discussed today, it's the association. I still, because I came to Krishna consciousness at a very young age in the Gurukul when I was 9 or 10 years old. I have such beautiful memories. We used to wake up, now I don't wake up like that. We had to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I remember we used to chant 14 rounds before Mangalarti. And Mangalarti is not at 7 o'clock. At that time in Mayapur, Mangalarti used to be at 4:15. So our system in the Gurukul was that you chant 14 rounds before Mangalarti. After Mangalarti, you chant 2 rounds and your class starts. At 5:30, 5:40, our first class starts in the morning. Everything was, how does that sound like to you? If I start waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Haribol! Haribol! Kumar Lila start, right? Tomorrow, 2 o'clock. See? It's hard. But when we were in the Gurukul, we never thought it's complicated, it's hard, we cannot do. We were just told and we did it very happily. I personally enjoyed it. We did that for so many years. See that foundation? You take up Krishna consciousness very easily. Your heart is simple, your mind is simple, not complicated. When somebody does something to you, and then after 5 seconds, so I'm sorry. And you say, yeah, okay, no problem. So you fight, within 2 minutes, you're friends. Now you fight. How long does it last for? 2 minutes or 2 years? 2 years. So which is a better foundation? See what I'm saying? So the earlier you can start practicing, it's better. That's why Omaram Acharat Prakya. But you're all young. This is the best time. When you grow up, some of you may get married. Some of you will have children. You have a family. You'll remember this. Oh, it was so nice. Staying in Haldia, eating chow mein in the morning. I'm telling you that the life that you're having now, the freedom that you're having now to practice Krishna consciousness and to study, practice Krishna consciousness and doing your job, you'll remember this. When you become a little bit more older, you get married, you have kids, see how complicated it is. But you'll survive. You know why? Because you're having a good base, foundation. You have something to fall back on. If you had no training, no foundation, you cannot fall back on something. But you're having a spiritual foundation. So when you go through life with complications, you have something to fall back on. You know, it gets too much in your life, with your family, with this, that you cannot handle anymore. Pick up your beads and you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. If you didn't have this foundation, you'll pick up a bottle of beer, alcohol, smoking. So what was foundation? This was the foundation. So you're not picking up alcohol, you're picking up your chanting beads. Or you're calling one of the devotees, Prabhu, I'm going through this, what to do? Foundation. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Mahaprasad ki. Ready for chowmin? Yes? All right, it's almost 8:30. Last.
One of the most difficult thing we find in our youths, although they are trained nicely, but when the thirst for the career, like, means I myself feel very challenging, because from their point of view, it's true. No, I have purified myself to some extent, so that urge may not be there. But for them, they really want to do in better life. Suppose they can maintain the life of 5-10 lakh package, also 15 lakh package, but that they desire to be like more and more and more. Like, sometimes we train them also, and they also know, but that urge didn't stop only. Man. They say, Pujipas, after this, I will, as you said, that donkey, that carrot is hanging. All throughout that life, that mirage makes them feel that just maybe 20. Till that time, they are 5 lakh package, they feel 10. After 10 lakh, they feel, they promise, oh, once I will do this, then I will give more time to this. Then 10, then 15. So sometimes it seems like unending. So how much space we should give them, and like, are you understanding?
See, there is nothing wrong with that. I personally don't find anything wrong with that. In the hostel, you have many varieties of approach. There are certain students, they prioritize their career. They want to be IPS, IS officer, or maybe the prime minister, maybe the chief minister, or Tata, Birla, and things like that. And you'll have some other devotees who are very casual. They try. If it happens, happens. If it doesn't happen, okay, it's my karma. They take it like that. I tried my best. It worked. Thank you, Krishna. All right, I tried. It didn't work. So Krishna. We have all different types of categories. Whatever your consciousness is, just make sure you don't give up chanting. You don't give up the practice of devotional service. What do you say? You want to be IPS officer? Very good. I salute you. Become an IPS officer. You want to become IS officer? You have that strong desire? Become. But while in that process, don't forget this, then you're okay. Because you are thinking that I'll utilize that career to preach, to secure myself, and to secure preaching, to help others. It's okay. You want to do something for the country, fine. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure don't give up to devotional practice. Don't get trapped in bad association. If some of you have a very strong desire for a good career, I don't see anything wrong with it. So long, you're not sacrificing your practice of Krishna consciousness, because your career cannot be, like I said in the beginning of the class, because how long do you live for? Today you're 25, you may live for 80 years. But that 80 years, you can drink and everything, your body is functioning only for some years. Then your body doesn't work anymore. So while you are trying to achieve that career thing, fine, but make sure you don't sacrifice. Otherwise, you will trouble. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki, Samavita Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Jai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. So all of us feeling very enlivened. The taste of the tree, whether it's wonderful or not, is the fruit we heard from Prabhu. And how many of you are feeling like removal of your some bad habits or desire to give up some bad habits of our heart? How many are feeling Haribo? So that proves that we have a wonderful devotee who is so pure that is inspiring us, and we like him to come regularly and bless us and inspire us by his wonderful association. So let us thank Prabhu. All of you want that Prabhu comes? Okay, so we are very, very grateful. So we're requesting Prabhu to, if possible, come for Mangala Aarti tomorrow. All of you want? All of you want? Huh? So Prabhu, if possible, he will try to see. Huh? So let us thank Prabhu by 3 times loudly chanting Haribo! Haribo! Haribo!